Hello, welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. In today's video, I want to go over the Himber count. It's a great false count you can do with coins, but you can do more than just a false count. You can steal a coin, you can pretend there's more coins than you actually have, and it can also serve as a click pass. So let's take a look at what it looks like. Now here's the basic idea. Say you've got 3 coins and you're going to display them, not necessarily count them to the audience because that would be obvious. You obviously have 3 coins. We don't want to insult their intelligence, but you're displaying the coins like this, and in that action you're able to get one of the coins to vanish. Now that's just one of the things you can do with this great method. So let's get into the basics of what's happening. Now, if you've watched the video from last week, I showed you the Himber Vanish, which looks like this and allows you to vanish a coin. Now we're doing the same thing here, except we're using multiple coins, which gives a different effect to the method involved. So if you haven't watched that video, you should probably check that out first, but I'll briefly go over the mechanics of what's happening. So really briefly, the Himber Vanish, it's meant to mimic this action here. So that, we have a number of coins here and we're just kind of dropping them off into the other hand as sort of a display or a count. Maybe if you didn't have the coins out, you would say to the audience, they can't see how many coins you have, so maybe in that circumstance you would say, I've got 1, 2, 3 coins here. So what happens in the Himber Vanish is the pinky is stuck out to catch that coin, and then the coin is drawn back into the original hand there. So from the audience perspective, that coin has just vanished like that. So again, from this view, the audience would see the coin fall into the hand, and then the coin just vanishes like that. So now in the context of one coin from a group of coins vanishing, we're doing the same actions, but it's almost more convincing because the audience is being conditioned by this action here. So they get this idea of 1, 2, 3, and then on the third coin, we're doing the Himber Vanish, but you get the added illusion of the sound from the coin landing before it's pulled back into the right hand. So again, that's 1, 2, 3. It's a really convincing illusion of that coin vanishing. So let's put this into a context. Maybe you're doing a hanging coins routine where one by one the coins are hung into the air invisibly. So that might look something like this, where you have 1, 2, 3 coins. Let's make one of those invisible, just like that. We're going to place it into the air, just right there. That leaves us with just 2 coins. So that might be one way you could incorporate this into some routine. Now another great way to apply the Himber count is the one behind principle. Now what that means is the audience has the impression that you have 3 coins, when in actuality you only have 2 coins. So I'll set 1 coin aside, and we'll give the impression that I have 1, 2, 3 coins. And then I can take 2 here, make that third one invisible, and hang that in the air. Now I really do just have 2 coins. So this is a great way to, you have this added convincer after the fact of being able to actually show your hands completely empty and actually only have 2 coins. So again, we're doing the same method here, as the Himber Vanish and applying multiple coins here, like with the first Himber count I showed you, except we're doing the steal on the second coin. So on the first one I showed you, we're stealing it on the count of 3. This one, you're stealing it on the count of 2. In essence, you're showing one of these coins twice to give the impression that there's 3 coins. So let me go over that really slowly. You start off with the audience not knowing how many coins you have. They can hear there's more than one coin. So that gives you the motivation to actually count the coins. You say 1, 2, doing the Himber Vanish, pulling it back in, and then 3. So again, that's 1, 2, 3. Now, one tip on this that I like to use, I originally learned this from Jay Sankey, and I feel like it has a looser feel to it and a more casual kind of feel to it. On the last coin, it can be difficult to get it back and then push it back over like the other coins. So on the third coin, I like to do this. I say that's 1, 2, and that's 3. I just kind of display it on my open palm and toss it over. It's easier to do, number one, and then number two, it has this looseness that I like to try to incorporate in all my coin magic. Like just a loose feeling, a casual feeling, and it helps your stuff look less studied and less juggling. When it's like, I'm just counting the coins over, no big deal. And in my opinion, it is a more convincing style to kind of infuse into your magic. So again, you're taking on the count of 2, steal, and then just the momentum of swinging your hand back and opening your palm. That coin will propel into the center of your palm from where you stole it with your pinky. So it ends in a kind of somewhere in a pinched position from where you stole it. And then that last display, you're just kind of coming back, opening your hand, and that coin's gonna just land somewhere in your palm. And then you say 3 and just toss it in there. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So that's the one behind principle using the Himber count. So let me give you just an overhead view of this. Again, we just have 2 coins. We're gonna go 1, 2. Now that's the steal, and then 3, and show the audience that there's 3 coins. And again, this is great because of this sound illusion. And really practice on the rhythm and the timing. And that's what helps with the illusion. So the first coin is silent, but count in your head. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. And just do that over and over. This is a great move to do on the couch. Just put a pillow on your lap. Get yourself 2 coins. And I should mention this move is a lot easier actually with a bigger coin because you have a larger surface area you're dealing with. By all means, you can start with a $50, but for that to hit your pinky, it's a little more challenging. But that'll just make it all the easier if you decide to move up to a $1 coin. So this is a great fiddle move, a great move to do while you're idle on the couch or something. Just keep that beat. 1, 2. I messed it up. 1, 2, 3. I missed the click. 1, 2. I missed it. 1, 2. I missed it. 1, 2, 3. And this is what you'll go through. You'll miss it or you'll hit it, but you didn't get the sound, or any number of things. So it's this kind of, you got to keep this pace and then hit every little nuance. 1, 2, missed it. All right, let me take a deep breath. 1, 2, 3, boom. Now I want to give you a little tip from some of my own work. This is a physical book, but I have it for sale as an ebook on my website, rickholcombmagic.com. I wrote this about 4 years ago, but in here there's a little tip for the Himber count, and I want to teach you that now. But if you're interested in this book, it has 3 great routines. There's 6 original sleights in here, and like I said, it's for sale on my website as an ebook, so you'll have it immediately. It's a digital file, so you can get going right away with it. But the move I want to teach you from this book, I call the Lazy Hamburg, and it's something I started doing a long time ago when I first learned the Himber count, and I wasn't able to hit it consistently. So I came up with this little cheat that made it easier, and I've been doing it ever since. And ever since that time, I actually learned the correct way, but in my opinion, they both look the same, and you might find my method here a little bit easier. Now, this is the same basic thing, except you're not stealing the second coin, you're stealing the first coin. And the way I'm doing that is I get some space underneath the coin, and by the time I have the second coin ready, I just get my pinky under the first coin, and I allow the second coin to make a sound as I steal the first coin back to show it as a third coin. So in action, it would look like 1, 2, 3. And this is just a more reliable way to always get the clink sound. And let me show you that from a close-up view. So the first coin comes off, 1. And then with the angle of your left hand, I'm just pressing on the front here. And that causes just a little gap. And from the audience perspective, they can't see this coin. Your hand just looks like a cupped hand. So I'm pressing on the front, which is causing a gap underneath that coin. Now, by the time I have the second coin ready to drop, that's when I'm sticking my pinky here, and you get this guaranteed clink. And so I'm actually stealing the first coin and showing that as a third coin, and then adding that to the group. So again, it's 1, press. So it's a press, and you can bring your ring finger and pinky down a bit too. So you have plenty of room to get your right hand pinky under there. And again, from the front, it just looks like your cupped hand. There's nothing to see. But like I said, you get this guaranteed sound. You steal the first coin away, you display it again as a third coin. So 1, 2, 3. From the front, 1, 2, 3. Now I said it looks so similar to the correct version that it doesn't really matter. So from a more natural view, like with this distance, this would be the correct version. 1, 2, 3. And this is the Lazy Hamburg, my version. 1, 2, 3. So again, that's on my website. You can get this whole book. There's 6 original sleights in here, including the Lazy Hamburg, and then 3 routines using all those sleights. So really great book. I'm still proud of the material in here, and you can get that on the website. It's just $15. And so that's it for today. Next week, I think I want to get into a little bit of edge grip technique. And then I will teach a trick after all that uses the Himber count and some edge grip stuff. So come back next week, do some edge grip stuff, and then stay tuned for a routine I'll teach you. So you're learning techniques here, and I'm gonna give you a routine to use these things. So I hope to see you back next time, and thank you for watching.